So I just tried the bank and we have an issue. Did not work out. They just turned me away. Once again, no success. Another roadblock. Oh, administration, bureaucracy. Why? Hi, my name is Rachel and I just moved to France. If you're just checking in, I got here about 3 days ago. Today is my first Monday, which means I have a very long list of things that need to get done that I wasn't able to do over the weekend. I need to go to the bank, and then once I have a bank routing number, I'll be able to set up my monthly phone plan. And then once I have my phone plan and a phone number, a French phone number, I will be able to sign up for all of the renting websites that I was previously unable to sign up for without a French phone number. So today we'll get the ball rolling on a lot of that like administrative stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to start actually looking for an apartment today. So hopefully I can just get everything set up today and I'll be good to go. I went to sleep with my hair wet last night, so she's kind of a mess. But I bought this new banana clip. So we're gonna try it. I've been looking for one of these forever, but I couldn't find one in the US. And then I was at a store the other day here and I found one. It was like €2. I don't think it's working. Hang on. Okay. That's not right. Okay. It looks like I bump it. Is that insane? I can't tell. No, I'm not sold. Okay, so I just tried the bank and we have an issue, and that she said I'm only going to be here for 1 to 2 years, and it was very difficult because she didn't speak English and I was trying my best with French, but it wasn't great. But because I'm only going to be here 1 to 2 years, they said it's too short a time to be able to open an account. When I was researching, I saw something. I think I just have to contact like the corporation of banks or something of France, and then they'll assign me a bank that will have to open me an account, but it's just not going to happen today. So I'll figure out some other way to get onto those rental sites. We'll see. I might go get a coffee or something. I have returned to my apartment. I'm a little sweaty. It's a little warm outside. It actually feels great. I've just been walking around. So, update. The first place I tried to go to, like I said, they denied it, said it would be too short a time. I don't know if that's typical. Anyway, so I messaged my school contact, which I should have done in the first place. I don't know why I didn't. and asked where like the previous year's assistants have opened their accounts, and she gave me that, the name of that bank, but it's not open today. So delays, I'll just try tomorrow. Unfortunately, that means I cannot also get the phone plan that I've been looking at. There is an online bank that looks like you can like open one immediately, but I don't know that I necessarily trust that. It has been recommended by a few like forums for TPIFA assistance, so that'll be my backup if this one doesn't work out, but considering the assistants last year used it, it should be fine. I have at the moment an eSIM through Holofly, which I've used before for traveling. It's good if you're only going to be somewhere for like a week or so, or in this case, like I needed to have data as soon as I arrived, but knew that I wasn't going to be able to set up a phone plan immediately. So I only did 3 days. That wasn't enough time, clearly. So I'm just going to extend that. It's not super expensive. I think it's like $4 a day. Obviously not something I would want to do the whole time I'm here, but until I'm able to set up a monthly plan, that'll be fine. Also coming up this weekend is like Heritage Days or something in France, and so a lot of places are free to visit. So my contact will be taking me to go visit somewhere nearby. God, I'm sweaty. Oh my gosh. So I got that set up. So a few things coming up in the next couple days. I also stopped by a souvenir store as well as Normal again, and Normal is like a sort of like a budget kind of everything store. So I stopped by for a few random things, and then let me show you the souvenirs I got because I can never resist a good magnet. So in the past, while traveling, what I've done is I get one magnet per city, and then usually one pin, like PIN pin, per country that I visit. Then in this case, since I'm going to be in the city for so long, it's a bit of a different situation. So I got a magnet as well as a pin for the city and for the region. First is the little magnet. Very cute. Very stereotypical Alsace kind of situation, but it's cute. It's a little magnet. The rest of my magnets I left in the States, but I can start my collection again. I don't have anywhere to put it. The fridge in this Airbnb is not magnetic, but she stands up, so it'll be fine. I got 2 little pins as well. One is Alsace for the region, and the other is Colmar for the city. I did bring my pin collection with me, so these will join that. So I think for the rest of the day, I'll just chill in the apartment because there's not much I can do. I am going to start looking to see if there's any workarounds on rental sites. If there's any of them that will let me do it without a number or etc. Just to try and be a little productive, because though I went all over the place, I actually didn't accomplish anything that I needed to do today. So tomorrow I will go try to open that bank account and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so I potentially have a way to get a phone plan without the RIB number, which is to visit a free kiosk, and Free Mobile is the company. So I found one fairly nearby. I think it's like a 20-minute walk, but whatever, it'll work. So I'm gonna go visit that and see if I'm able to get a phone plan that way. Leaving the Tabac did not work out because they don't have eSIMs in the kiosk, so try something else. To clarify, my phone doesn't take a physical SIM, so I have to use an eSIM. Well, that was a bust. Now I'm all sweaty again because I had to walk actually a mile there and then a mile back. But no, the phone model that I have does not, I can't put a physical SIM card in there, so it has to be an eSIM, and I can't get the eSIM unless I have a bank routing number. So we'll just stick with the original plan, but one day later, and I was able to earlier contact a couple owners, landlords, so maybe something will come of that. We don't know. Okay, New day, new big long list of things that need to get done. Like I said yesterday, I have to go to the new bank to see if I'm able to make an appointment or potentially open an account like today. That would be great. Probably not going to happen. The other thing that I have to do is I looked online and they require to open an account a tax notice form. However, I'm new to France. I don't have a history of taxes in France, so I have to go to a tax office and request like a certificate of non-taxation, like something that proves that I've never paid French taxes before. And then once I have that document and a few other documents gathered up, I can go to the bank and open an account, hopefully. The other update is that last night I got annoyed with the whole waiting around situation for the phone plan because specifically all of the websites that have good like potential housing options require a French phone number. So what I did was find a like super cheap budget brand, was $5.99 a month. So I just signed up for 1 month. It's called Labara, and that gave me a phone number which allowed me to sign up for all of those websites. So last night I messaged a few different apartment options. We'll see how they go. There are a few other documents I have to find. There's so many different papers that you have to bring, and I thought I had gathered them all, and I clearly have not. Every time I try to do another step of this process, I encounter another document that I'm supposed to have that I don't. But first step of today is to go to the tax office, get that document, and we'll go from there. Okay, once again, no success. Basically, I understood like 25% of what that lady was saying to me, because most of it was like, you know, big French. I don't understand taxes in English, so anyway, essentially she was saying I can't get the attestation de non-imposition, like that I didn't pay taxes. I can't get it because I didn't pay taxes. I don't know, it's confusing. She also recommended just to go like anywhere, do an online bank or something that won't require that information. But if the assistants last year did it here, then how, you know? So I'll just ask my mentor and see if she can help me a bit more. Okay, so once again, unsuccessful. Oh. Okay, so the form that she gave me, demande de création d'un taux personnalisé au compte de prélèvement à la source. Creation of a personal finance number, something along those lines. However, this list of things, she gave me a list of things that I need to have to turn this in. And one of those things is a bank number. But I need this form to open a bank account. So I think, well, first of all, because I have that temporary phone number, I'm just going to forego. The one that I'm trying to get on is Le Bon Coin. Le Bon Coin has, like, I can see the listings, and they're the better listings of the other sites. But it's the one that requires a phone number, and I got a phone number, but that phone number's not working. So I think rather than trying to get a bank account, which would allow me to get the real phone plan, which would allow me to get Le Bon Coin, I'm just going to reach out to Le Bon Coin, like customer service, and try to get this phone number to work. And I think I can save this. When I go to meet my team, I'm gonna just ask, because I don't think I need this. This form that she gave me is like a tax form. I don't think I need that yet. I think right now I just need to open the bank account. So I'm gonna wait until I talk to her about it and see how the other assistants managed to get the one that she mentioned without having the tax form, because when I looked online, it requires a tax form. And then once I get that information, maybe I can just go in with my work contract and that would be enough. I don't know, but I'm just gonna wait till Thursday. The reason I needed the bank account again this early was for all of that rigmarole of like, you need this to do this to do this. So if I just wait and use the temporary cheaper phone plan, yeah. My to-do list for the rest of the day is to activate my visa, which I remembered today that I need to do. I have to go online and pay a fee. So my next check-in might be after Thursday when I meet with my team and I'm able to talk over the whole bank account issue with them. Until then, I'm just gonna keep applying to places, keep applying to apartments, and keep exploring, I guess. It is nice to walk around. I'm getting lots of exercise and it's a beautiful scenery, so there's that at the very least. Okay, another roadblock, because why wouldn't there be? Trying to validate my visa, page 1 of the website asks me for a regulatory reference number, which is not written on my visa. Like it has a little example visa that shows you where it should be printed, and it's just not on mine. I looked through a few TAPIF forums, and it looks like this is pretty common. A lot of people don't have it printed on there, and all of them said they just had to contact somebody to tell them which option to choose. I mean, my question is, there has to be so many people that come into France with this specific type of visa, and yet when I get here, there's so much confusion, and like none of the documents are readily available, and it's so difficult to get anything done. On one hand, I don't want to say I'm appreciating it, but it is keeping me busy. I've had plenty to do, and that's kind of, keeping me going, getting me adjusted to this time zone and this new living situation. However, on the other hand, it's really freaking annoying. So I contacted them, and then once they get back to me and tell me which reference number I'm supposed to use, I'll be able to validate my visa. Okay, so today is the day that I'm going to the high school I'll be working at to meet my team. I have a few updates in that I still haven't been able to find a way to make an account at a physical bank, the local one. I still am uncertain about those tax documents I was supposed to have, so I'm going to ask today at that little meeting. In the meantime, I set up an account with Revolut, which is like an online banking, and I was able to use like Apple Pay with that, and I'm not sure if I can get my paycheck to that bank account, so I might still have to open the physical one. Also, I heard back from the visa validation team, and they told me which reference number I need to use, so I can get onto that later today. And one final update is that I heard back from a potential landlord, so I have an appointment tomorrow to go visit that apartment. So for today, I will be meeting with my team, asking all of my questions, maybe get some insight about how the assistants here last year did it. And then I'm also going to ask about orientation and my schedule, and hopefully just get some more info about like how the year is going to look for me at the school. Daily fit check, a little sweater, some loafers. Here we go. All right, just had my school meeting. It was very nice. I understood about 50% of what was going on. Everyone was speaking French, but there's a pretty big English team, and they all seem pretty nice. So now I'm gonna go try out a little store I saw earlier that has gingerbread, because I want some. back. Let's try the gingerbread. Very cute little, very touristy in there, but you know, it is what it is. Little gingerbread men. Oh, no one. Very good. I need some milk. The other thing is that my school contact reminded me that I have the contact information of the girl that was the assistant here last year. So I can just text her, which I should have been doing this whole time. I completely forgot that I had her number. But I'll just message her and ask how she did the bank. I asked my teacher and she didn't really know. I also asked about the orientation, which the only information I was given about the orientation is the date and time. And I think there's an address, but that's it. And they sent me that like months ago. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Hello again, new updates. So I've been messaging with the assistant who lived here last year, who I completely forgot about and should have been messaging all this time because she did this last year and would have all the answers. And she told me that she banked with not the bank that the school contact told me, but actually BNP Paribas, which is where I went at first, and they were the ones who told me it wasn't possible for me to open an account. However, clearly she did it last year, so that's just like not real. They just turned me away. So even if they had let me in to make an appointment, however, I don't have a permanent address yet, et cetera, things that I don't have. So I'm going to officially just rely on the online banking and the temporary phone plan until I have a confirmed apartment, because those two temporary things give me all the like registration numbers that I'll need. And then once I have that address, once I'm situated somewhere, and also once I have my visa validated, I'll be able to go back to the bank, make an appointment, set all that up. And the girl that did it last year gave me the name of someone specifically to contact who helped her set up her account last year. So that's super helpful. I'm also heard back from the visa validation people about which form to use. However, now that I'm getting into it, it also requires an address, and I could just use the Airbnb like I've been doing for most things. But I think in this moment, because I'm going to visit an apartment tomorrow, and because this validation doesn't have to be done for 3 months, I do need the validation to get the bank account. But now that I have the temporary bank account, it's not as much of a priority. Like I don't have to do it this week kind of thing. So I think I'll put off both the validation and the physical bank account until after I have the address. Good morning. Today is Friday, which means it has officially been 1 week since I arrived in France. Today I have an appointment to go visit that apartment. However, I've collected enough rejections for one video, I think. So I'm going to leave this one here. Hopefully next week I'll come back with some better news. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, you can check out my first vlog, which was me traveling from the US to France. Yeah, I'll check in next week.